tired of the other women. I'm tired of him using me. For 2 months, I didn't even hear from you. Where were you?
I'm overwhelmed, man. I love you.
Fooled me once, shame on you. Fooled me twice, shame on me. He fooled you about 50 times.
We are a financial disaster because of him.
Divorce doesn't exist where I'm from.
Neither one of you is wrong for having your opinions, but it just makes you wrong for each other. There's been a huge breach of trust, according to you.
She was on the fast with the pastor. She sent her pictures with a smoothie of straw in her mouth and a sausage McMuffin. Can I eat this, pastor? You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, hold on, why you gotta send pictures with it?
Here is today's case.
She says his priorities are killing this relationship. He's gambled away their rent money and spent thousands on jewelry pursuing a rap career. He says he's made mistakes, but he's not ready to give up on their 8-year relationship. That's today's case on Divorce Court.
Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Faith Jenkins presiding. Your Honor, our virtual audience is filled with your superfans. Today's superfan of the day is Chris from South Bend, Indiana.
Chris, welcome to Divorce Court. We're so happy to have you with us.
Your Honor, this is the case of Randle versus Kearse.
Thank you, Juan. Miss Lela Randle.
Yes, Your Honor.
You have brought Mr. Khalil Kearse.
Yes, Your Honor.
To divorce court today. I understand the two of you have been in a relationship for several years. You are having a number of issues. You want to try to resolve them before you move forward and take the next step so you don't end up back here later down the road. Okay, I'll start with you, Miss Randle. Why don't you give me some background?
Okay, Your Honor, so I'm here because Khalil is out of control with his spending habits. He's betting his money all the time. He's buying excessive amounts of shoes, clothes, jewelry, and he's also not listening to my rules because I set aside my rap career so I could do, pay the bills and stuff. So I feel like that he needs to do other things in the house. So he's not listening to those rules, and his friends got to go. I don't like them at all. They're a bad influence, so that's why I'm more controlling over him because I know what's best for him, but he just doesn't listen at all.
Okay, Ms. Randle, thank you. Mr. Kearse, why do you say you're here, sir?
Yana, she's just so controlling. She want to control everything I do, whether it's hanging with my friends, who I hang with, going out, when we can have sex, all that. Like, she just need to chill, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So, do you understand some of the issues that have brought you to court today?
Yes, ma'am.
Let's talk about them, Ms. Randle, because when you talk about the spending, you said that Mr. Kearse has developed a bad habit and is impacting your livelihood.
Yes, ma'am. First, I'd like to start off with the Pond TV. I was livid about it because I bought a 55-inch TV, and I came home from work one day and I called him. He was nowhere to be found. So I called him and I'm like, okay, so where is the TV? Because it's just gone in my admission and action. So he's like, oh, I'm at my friend's house. I brought it to my friend's house to watch the game, which is weird. Why don't your friend have a TV? But okay, that's beside the point. So he got back to the house and I'm like, okay, so
wait,
where's
is this a photo of the TV?
Yes, I did submit the photo of the Pond TV. And so when he came back, I'm like, so what happened to the TV? He like, oh, my friend, he got mad at the bed and he broke it and he got mad. And I'm like, okay, so I'm finna confront this friend of yours. And he's like, oh no, don't do that. And he ended up telling the truth that he pawned the TV that I bought.
Why'd you pawn the TV?
Yes, Yana, I did pawn it to place a bet.
Oh, a bet on what?
Sports fantasy.
So you pawned the TV to get money to place a bet on some games.
Yes,
and
ma'am.
lost the money.
Did you win?
Nah, not that time. I didn't win that time.
Not that time.
No, ma'am.
So you lost your 55-inch TV.
Yes, ma'am.
How often are you betting on these games?
Very often. I got a habit for it now. Yeah.
Really?
Yes, ma'am.
Really, Mr. Kearse?
Yes.
You're only 26 years old, sir.
I know. I got a problem, but
With betting already?
Yeah, I got a problem betting, but I'm good at it too, though. That's
well, you're
only
not that
one
good
bet.
because you lost a 55-inch TV.
That's one bet.
What happened when you went to Vegas? Why did you go to Vegas?
We went to Vegas just to have fun because we travel occasionally. And so we were having a good time. I'm kind of like, I don't party as much, so I went to bed and I woke up in the middle of the night and I knew he was up to no good because he was gone. So when I found him downstairs at the blackjack table, he risking it all. He spent the rent money. He betted the rent money. through blackjack and lost it all.
Mr. Kearse?
That's only because you came down there messing with me. I was winning. She came down there and it blew the whole move.
Everything my fault.
So because she changed the energy, you're saying you started losing?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you bet the rent money?
Yeah, I did.
Why?
Because I needed extra money.
Okay. And you also need a place to live, right?
Yes, ma'am.
The two of you live together?
Yes, ma'am.
So you bet the rent money for the home the two of you live at?
Yes, ma'am.
So when are you going to get this gambling problem you have under control?
I'm trying.
When did you start gambling?
About 3 years ago.
And now it's out of control?
Yes, ma'am. But it's not really a problem for me.
Oh, it's a problem for you. It's heartbreaking to hear you say that it's not.
Only
You know
reason I
why,
say
Mr.
that-
Kearse? You know why?
Yes, ma'am.
Because you have resorted to taking money that you can't afford to lose, and you're gambling it away, and we've seen our share of these cases.
Yes, ma'am.
You haven't hit rock bottom yet, because one day you're gonna gamble that rent money away, and you're not gonna have a place to live, because that's what eventually happens. They count, you know, when you go to Vegas, you see those big, tall buildings in Vegas?
Yes,
They
ma'am.
count on people like you. People like you that will take everything they have, their last dollar, and hope and pray that you win on a bet.
I understand.
You got to get this in check, Mr. Kearse. It is an addiction, and it has to be treated like an addiction. You said you know you have a problem.
I understand that, but I win more than I lose.
That's the gambler's credo. You just said it. And I knew those words were going to come out of your mouth. There it is.
Yes.
Because what happens is over time, you won't win more than you lose. Because you're about to lose a lot more than just a TV and your rent money, from what I'm hearing in court today.
He always spent excessive amounts of money on sneakers.
200 pairs of shoes.
Yes, ma'am.
And you're buying them from her brother?
Yes.
My own brother. So now we're getting into it because he's taking the rent money over to my brother's house and buying the shoes.
I don't usually say this, but welcome back, Mr. Randle.
Hey,
Were you aware that Mr. Kearse has a gambling problem?
I ain't got nothing to do with no gambling. That's their problem. I can't speak
Were
to them
you
on that.
aware of it?
Yes, I'm aware of it.
What happened with the sneakers?
He always spent excessive amounts of money on sneakers, and he gets them from my brother, and he sells them, and he has new pairs of sneakers. He has like a crazy pair. He came on the show for that same reason too. Bad influence, my own brother. So now we're getting into it, me and my brother, and all the family is getting into it because he's taking the rent money over to my brother's house and buying the shoes. And for my brother to be my brother, he shouldn't even be taking that money because he know what he needs to do. But he's only caring about himself and getting the shoes and his shoe collection and getting his money. So now it's like, you don't even care about what I have going on, and I'm your little sister.
How many pair of sneakers have you collected?
Over 200.
Over 200?
And I submitted that evidence for those pictures too as well.
Wow. That's your shoe collection?
Some of it.
200 pairs of shoes?
Yes, ma'am.
Interesting. And you're buying them from her brother?
Yes, I'm an artist. I have to look up the par.
How much are you paying for these shoes?
It depends. Some of them vary. Some of them 500, some of them 250.
Wow. So $200 sneakers, if you pay on average $300,
Yes, ma'am.
that's $60,000. You have $60,000 to spend on shoes?
It come with the lifestyle.
Really?
Yes, ma'am.
That's a down payment on a house. Do you live in a house?
Now we have a townhouse.
Okay, Mr. Kearse, who's your witness, sir?
My witness is her brother, Michael.
Okay, Mr. Randle.
Yes, Your Honor.
You've been here before on divorce court, sir?
Yes, ma'am, with Zakila.
I don't usually say this, but welcome back, Mr. Randle.
Thank you.
So you're back now as a witness. Your relationship was a mess, and now you're interfering in somebody else's mess.
I wouldn't even call it interference. I'm actually kind of helping the situation. Lela got a problem not giving credit where credit is due.
What is going on, sir?
Well, first things first, I always got my sister and my nephew in first. They come first, so I'm never taken from the situation. So Khalil comes to me to buy shoes. He gets a family discount. Not only does he get a family discount, he doesn't even buy shoes particularly for his size. He buys all different types of sizes, and they're automatically getting sold. So that's money going towards the household or whatever their situation may be. So that's how I thought I was helping the situation. I thought I would be getting a little bit more credit, than I am today.
So you're basically a wholesaler.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand how your sister feels about this, Mr. Randle? She says she's upset.
Yes, she always upset. That's the problem. He flipping the money. He flipping the shoes that I'm giving him, and they seem to me to be living pretty well to me. So I don't.
You're saying that he's flipping the money, but he don't even know where the money is going. He don't know that, so he's collecting those shoes for his own personal benefit. That's how I feel. He never knows where the money is going because that's why we're here today, Your Honor. That's why. That's the problem. But he's getting on here defending him, and that is not right. That is not right at all because he don't even know where the money is going. So how would he defend him?
Mr. Randle, were you aware that Mr. Kearse has a gambling problem?
I ain't got nothing to do with no gambling. That's their problem. I can't speak for that. I can't speak for that.
Were you aware of it?
Yes, I'm aware of it.
Okay, because it could very well.
The money from the shoes should balance. It should balance out. If he losing gambling, the money from the shoes, it should balance out.
Okay, Mr. Randle, I only asked you because I've heard a couple of stories where a 55-inch TV was pawned and $500 in rent money has been spent. So it doesn't sound like there's a lot of balancing going out in the household. Those sound like acts of desperation from somebody who needs money, sir. I just wanted to make sure you were aware, since you're the wholesaler in this scenario.
Right, Mr. Wholesaler.
What's happening with this money. Okay, right. Thank you, Mr. Randle. I appreciate you being here for a second time.
Thank you, Your Honor.
He had a bag from a popular jewelry store, so I'm thinking, yeah, I got me something nice. He pulled out these coupons to do the stuff that he's supposed to already be doing around the house.
What she's not telling you, I actually bought her a bracelet.
So you've had this bracelet this entire time?
Yes, ma'am.
That's just not right, because at the end of the day, my whole birthday was ruined.
What else is happening? There's been an issue with not only gambling, but spending.
Yes, spending. He has like loads of money, and it's like he tries to hide it from me, but it's like he's flashing it on Instagram. And one day I found, I went through his social media and I found him showing stacks and stacks of money, and I submitted that photo as evidence. And I confronted him, and he says that the money wasn't his.
Well, what's going on with the money?
I had a show that night.
What kind of show?
I'm an artist, so I had a show that night, did the show, but what I told her was that I didn't get paid a lot because of the COVID situation, so it was short, and I told her that was my friend's money.
Was that a lie?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Why?
It was.
Why? Because you wanted to go and gamble and do what you wanted to do with the money?
That, and also she just, like I said, she controlling.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't want to tell her what I'm betting or when I'm betting because she'll try to stop it.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. You admit that you're controlling.
Yes, Your Honor.
Because you said that he's now on a schedule.
Yes.
You set a schedule for everything.
Curfew.
And he has a curfew.
Yes.
What is his curfew?
He needs to be in the house at least by 12.
That's control.
And what if he's late? What happens?
He will not be getting in that door. He won't be getting in. He'll be going back to that friend house, and he'll try it again the next day.
So you've essentially become a parent.
Your Honor, she takes the whole.
Is that really what you want?
No, it's not what I want, but I just feel like he just needs to be controlled a little bit. And if he was to do some of the things I asked, I wouldn't even be as controlling.
I want you to tell me about the day he came home with a bag from the jewelry store a few days before your birthday.
He came home and he had a bag from a popular jewelry store, so it was a couple of days before my birthday, so I'm thinking, yeah, I got me something nice. He got me something real nice, so I'm like, I'm happy about it. So then the day of my birthday, he pulled out these coupons saying that I'll do the dishes and I'll do the laundry if you do this or something like that.
But that's coupons for you?
Yes, coupons for me to give him to do the stuff that you're already supposed to be doing.
So you came up, you wrote out some coupons.
Yes.
And said that you would give her a coupon for you to do,
yes,
so she could cash it in and you could do the dishes.
Yes, and actually what she's not telling you, I actually bought her a bracelet. Yes, and I have it with me.
So you did buy her the bracelet?
Yes, ma'am. I bought a tennis bracelet.
Why didn't you give it to her?
I didn't give it to her yet because all she want to do is argue. She want to try to control everything, and I don't know. This is something, I don't know.
So you've had this bracelet this entire time?
Yes, ma'am.
While she cashing in coupons for the dishes, you got a diamond bracelet in your pocket.
Yes, ma'am.
What you're telling
For her,
me.
yes.
But what was your reason? I don't understand. Stuff like that, Your Honor, that's just not right. Because at the end of the day, my whole birthday was ruined. My whole birthday was ruined. But let's see how it looked. Let's see.
It's A1.
She was upset, but she saw those diamonds.
VS1.
Got calm, cheered you up a little bit.
I mean, we still have a lot to work on, but he still ruined my birthday, Your Honor. But we still do have some things to work on.
But better late than never, you're saying, for you to get the diamonds.
Yes.
What is you say that your biggest issue is the control now because he's controlling everything. She admits to it. She doesn't deny it. When you come home, you have a curfew. You can't be happy living like that.
No, man. Especially living the life I live. I'm a rapper. I gotta pop out. I gotta show my face. I have to buy jewelry. I have to buy nice things for myself.
How's that rap career working out for you?
It's all right. It's all right.
Do you have a hit song?
I don't have a hit song, but I do get paid.
Okay, I'm gonna look you up, Mr. Kearse, see what you have going on. But your bigger issues are what's happening with your relationship. You are in a relationship with someone who is an addict. And when we hear about addicts, we hear about drugs, we hear about alcohol, we hear about sex addictions, but your addiction is just as concerning. You know why? Because you've made it a priority in your life.
That's right.
And you can't help it because that's what addicts do. I always tell people, a relationship can only be as healthy as the two people who are in it. You have to work on your health as a person and addressing this problem and getting it under control right now in your life. Because if you don't, it is only going to grow and create a bigger monster. All of this money I've seen you talk about you're having from these shows, and you're getting jewelry, and you're getting shoes, and you're still pawning televisions? You're telling us how good you are in gambling, but you're pawning stuff with all the money and the bling and the shoes I see? By the way, has the TV been replaced?
No, it hasn't, Your Honor. We have some small rinky-dink TV. He hasn't replaced it, and I'm not gonna replace it either. He needs to do it.
Did you see how happy she was when you gave her that bracelet today?
Yes, ma'am. I give her a lot of things, though.
I don't know when you bought it, but if you had given it to her on her birthday, she would have been really appreciative. And all of this controlling that's going on, because I see this all the time when people come in and they're controlling, she's doing it because she's trying to help you and stop you from ruining your life and your future. So the choice is really yours. Until he gets the help that he needs, you're going to struggle with these issues.
Yes, ma'am.
And the first sign of someone getting help is acknowledging that they have a problem. Good luck to both of you.
What hit home was basically that he just needs to stop betting the money altogether. And that's the biggest problem. So if he can get rid of that problem, then we have a good chance in our future.
I'm just gonna stop betting, period. I realize that I do a lot of betting that I need to stop, you know what I'm saying? Because it might lead down the wrong path.
We need to focus on our future. We need to be saving, focus on being homeowners, stuff like that for the future, not just spending all of it on what he wants to spend it on.
Man, I love you. I'm gonna stop gambling. I'm gonna get 3 TVs. I'm gonna replace them.
Let's get those TVs, and we're gonna save our money. We're gonna do that. We're not gonna be spending no more money. We shouldn't even been here in the first place. Come